told that we shouldn't take Bernie Sanders seriously. Here's the only problem with that. He's now the front runner. Now, nobody's saying that, right? Except me. I'm saying it right now. Here, pound the gavel. Bernie Sanders is the front runner as we stand today. Okay. Now I'm going to prove it to you. We just got a poll in Iowa. Remember, he's already leading in New Hampshire, right? There's 3 different polls saying he's leading in New Hampshire. Well, Iowa is the first caucus state. Bernie Sanders at 41%. Sorry, Hillary Clinton at 40%. Biden at 12%. He just overtook Hillary Clinton. Now, just in July, just about 2 months ago, Hillary had nearly a 20-point lead on him, 52-33. He made up over 20 points in 2 months. Now, when he was doing well in New Hampshire, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, but he's so far behind in Iowa." No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. He's behind in Iowa. He's behind in Iowa. Well, he's not behind in Iowa anymore. He's ahead in Iowa. What are you going to do now? Now, this might be part of the reason why he's leading. When they ask people, do you think the candidate is honest and trustworthy? Get a load of this. Bernie Sanders among Democratic voters, 86-4. Yes, honest and trustworthy. Hillary Clinton, 64-30 there. So she is not doing well. Okay. By the way, just to remind you again, New Hampshire, he's got a 7-point lead. Okay. So he now has the first 2 states locked up. Now, I don't mean locked up as in it's over, he's definitely going to win. But remember, we're told that Hillary Clinton's the front runner. We were in the beginning because she had New Hampshire and Iowa. She was leading significantly in those states. And now, of course, everybody falls back to, okay, it looks like she might lose the first 2 states. But that's okay because she's still got a big lead nationwide. Yeah, that's true. She had a big lead nationwide until Obama beat her in Iowa. Obama didn't even win New Hampshire. He won Iowa, lost New Hampshire, and still caught her in the national polls and caught her state by state and won. Obama was not in as good a situation as Bernie Sanders is today. Now, nobody in Washington says that. Why? Because they're obsessed with money. They can't see anything but money. So they're like, I don't get it. Bernie Sanders has like 10% of the money that Hillary Clinton has. Hillary Clinton must win. She has more money, and we know her more, and the Clintons own half of Washington. She must win. She is the front runner. Well, sad day for you. You can still live in that fantasy world, but that's no longer the reality. The reality is, right now, as things stand, Bernie Sanders has New Hampshire and he has Iowa. And when he wins those 2 states, the press he's going to get out of that, if these numbers hold, will be enormous. You think the national numbers are going to stay the same after he wins the first 2 states? If you think that, you don't know a thing about politics. You've never covered a presidential race in your life. Those presidential races, and I've covered a lot of them, change state by state. The national numbers move the closer you get to the election. And especially if someone is searching, they catch up in the national numbers. And if they win Iowa, they catch up huge. They win New Hampshire. You think the national numbers are going to stay the same? You don't know a thing about politics. No, here comes Bernie. Whether you like it or you don't, whether you agree with him 100% or you don't, that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the reality of where he stands politically. Welcome to the new frontrunner in the Democratic race, Bernie Sanders. Now, you go ahead and talk all you want about anything else you like, but those are the facts. And it's amazing how much Washington hates those facts. In fact, just today, the New York Times apologized, saying that they have been derisive in their coverage. Margaret Sullivan, New York Times public editor, said, "The Times has not ignored Mr. Sanders' campaign by any means, but it also hasn't always taken it very seriously. The tone of some stories does seem regrettably dismissive, even mocking at times." That's the New York Times admitting what they've been doing to Bernie Sanders. They say some of it is focused on the candidate's age, appearance, and style rather than what he has to say. Why? Why does the establishment not want to talk about what Bernie Sanders has to say? It's because they're worried that it resonates. When he says, oh, that's a nice little apple cart you got in D.C., all the people making a lot of money in the media, all the people making a lot of money in politics, I'm going to take that apple cart and I'm going to turn it over, and all your apples are going to fall down. and I'm going to say, hey, we're not going to do it the same way anymore. You know what I'm going to do with Social Security and Medicare? I'm going to increase it. Well, guess what? The American people love that. It's not just Democrats. Democrats love it to death, as you can see from these numbers. Have you seen anybody catch up like this? Obama didn't catch up like this in the polls before the elections, right? So he says, I'm not going to go into more wars. Right now, Hillary Clinton is literally on the warpath, telling reporters about how she's going to be tougher against Iran and she's going to be more aggressive militarily, how she would have supported the Syrian rebels earlier. The Syrian rebels turned out to be ISIS and al-Nusra, a faction of al-Qaeda. What are you bragging about that for? Because she can't help herself. She's a hawk. That's why Washington loves her. More defense spending, more lard, more BS, not for the American people, but for the donors and for the powerful. When Bernie Sanders says, hell no, I'm not going to do that, it resonates and it scares the hell out of the establishment. Well, sad day for all you guys. You are now officially on burn notice. Here comes Bernie.